I've officially worked out for the first time since my distal bicep tendon tear, and it went kind of interesting.
Oh, hi, Mark.
What's up, Freccero fam? Welcome back to my channel. We'd like to experience everything that life has to offer. I'm gonna show you a couple videos. I actually recorded these because I just did my first arm workout after getting my distal bicep tendon tear surgery about 3 months ago. Also, I want to say as a quick side note, I'm in a new filming area with like different lighting and sound. Let me know what you think. But anyway, jumping into this, I decided for this workout, if I'd call it like that, more of a challenge, I wanted to see what was the max amount of pull-ups, push-ups, and handstand push-ups I could do after 3 months of not working out and, of course, tearing my bicep. So here is that video when it comes to me doing the max amount of pull-ups. I want to stress, I've not done a single pull-up in months, tore my bicep. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think my max pull-ups are going to be?
3 months have not worked out. Pretty good at pull-ups, but I actually don't know how this is going to feel though. So I might not be able to do any. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay.
You're going with a wide grip?
Wide grip. Yeah, wide grip to start. Because
Okay.
that's actually the least pressure on this bicep. Okay, ready? All right. All right, 5. Come on. 6. 7. This is tough. Wait. 8. 9. So I get to do double digits. Come on. 10. I don't know if I can do 11. Let's see, come on. No, okay, 10 and a half.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, that was actually more than I was expecting. I do want to say as a side note, my form wasn't perfect, and I will talk about this a bit later in this video because I had some interesting straining happening with my arm. I'll talk about that in a second. But if you noticed, my goal with pull-ups, full extension, and chin above the bar. But what's interesting is as I got to the top, started to feel a really bad strain here, which I'll talk about in a second. So I'm not gonna lie, not perfect form, but not bad. And hitting double digits, being able to do 10 pull-ups in a single set, after not doing anything for months, not bad. So then I decided to do push-ups. What is the max amount of push-ups I could do, in a single set? And again, post in the comments, what is your prediction for the max amount of push-ups?
All right, let's do this. So max push-ups. All right. 5. 10, 15, 20. Wow. 24, 25. Whew. All right, come on. 28. Man. 30. I got a few more. I got this. 1, 2, 3. 4. So I can do 35. Come on. Nope. 34. Not bad. I gotta say, wow, that was like, if anything that felt more difficult than the pull-ups, I don't know, but 10 pull-ups, 34 push-ups after 3 months of not working out, I'll take it. Not bad numbers.
What's your usual PR?
My PR for max push-ups without ever stopping is 141. My max pull-ups without stopping, I think was, it's either 20 or 25. I think it's 25.
Gotta say, I thought my form here was really good. I wish I could have squeezed out that last one, but got 34, which is pretty good. Doing 34 push-ups in a single set. Again, after snapping my bicep and not working out for months, I want to stress, this is the first time I've done anything with my arms. And I did these in the same day, pull-ups and then push-ups. Not bad. It was interesting that even when doing them, my body felt like a million pounds, even though I will say I have lost, I'd say about 5 to 6 pounds, maybe even close to 7, since I snapped my bicep 3 months ago. Because as you can imagine, haven't really been working out as much. I have also lost some muscle mass, although I've been taking H&B powder and that has helped retain my muscle mass. I've already done a video about that. But in general, I'm actually pretty happy with these results. But then, as a bonus round, decided to try handstand push-ups. What do you think the max amount of handstand push-ups I can do right now in a single set is? Here's that video.
All right. Oh, wait. Wow. Okay, that's already harder than I thought. I think I can do one. This I can do one. The balance is actually the harder part, I think, than the strength right now. Whew.
Let's
I'm
go.
just gonna do one because I think I'm feeling a strain.
So yeah, didn't go so well, I'll be honest. It was interesting that when it comes to doing handstand push-ups, and I've mentioned this in some videos, I look at it as 3 different skill sets. 1 is balance. 2 is what I'm gonna call pure muscle strength. As going down, coming back up. The 3rd skill set though, and it's kind of a combination between the 2, is what I like to call stabilization muscles, if that makes sense. It's not the macro strength, it's almost like the micro strength of as I go down to kind of stabilize my body. It's not just a balance to me, it's almost like muscle plus balance. I like to call it stabilization. And I gotta say, my stabilization on that handstand was pretty bad. This was also after I did my push-ups. So I think my body was already kind of cooked. Like I remember being like, man, I am exhausted. And I wanna say, that was my workout. That was it. Those 3 things, those 3 sets, max reps in all of them, 10 pull-ups, 34 push-ups, and 1 handstand push-up. And I gotta say, after not working out for 3 months, not bad. I am pretty happy with those results. But getting into the straining, this is where things get really, really interesting. As I have been recovering, my whole journey from this distal bicep tendon tear is, I gotta say that when I was doing the pull-ups, when I got to the top, like I said, I felt a really bad strain in this arm. Like right here, where the scar is, it almost kind of felt like something was almost being ripped. It was not like oh, I feel sore or tired. It was this is not good sensation. Not just that I'm sore, but something felt strained. I did message my doctor, and I did get this message back, which is really comforting that he's like, hey, in general, what you're feeling is normal, especially if you still have full range of motion and everything. It makes sense that even after only 3 months, your arm still probably is gonna be sore. In addition, of course, it might feel strained. That makes sense because you're working out for the first time. So I will say that did kind of comfort me because I was a little worried during the pull-ups, being like, shoot, did I actually do something where, am I gonna snap my bicep again? Like, am I gonna pull out like the threads and everything that they did when it comes to surgery? Like, am I gonna have to get surgery again? So one thing I have thought of is for the rest of the year, no pull-ups. I think I'm gonna wait till probably like January to start doing pull-ups. Now, when it came to push-ups, I'll be honest, no issue at all. So that's telling me is push-ups I think are okay. I still have to kind of feel my body out and slowly ease into it. Like I will say, in some ways, it was fun to do this challenge / experiment / workout as a interesting checkpoint. But in other ways, if let's say you're in my position, I'd suggest not to do it because I went from literally doing nothing for months to my body's still recovering. Like again, it's a 6 to 8 month long recovery to then just going max everything. So maybe not the smartest idea. But with push-ups, didn't really notice any strain. So that's good. So I think push-ups kind of got the green light for. Handstand push-ups, couldn't tell. It feels like with handstand push-ups, that might be a halfway point between pull-ups and push-ups, where with handstand push-ups, I felt a little bit of a strain, but not too bad. So I couldn't tell, is it because my arm was just strained from before, that my arm was just tired and that's why I felt it? Or was it actually something about the biomechanics or physiology of doing a handstand push-up? Tough to say, but overall, I gotta say, pretty happy with these results. You know, I think that it's been surprisingly, in some ways, I think a very slow journey. Like I feel like this is one of those situations, maybe you've heard this quote before, that a day lasts longer than a week. In the sense that, you know, when you're doing something, sometimes you're like, oh my God, today feels like forever. But then when Friday hits, you look back and like, wow, that week flew by. Kind of the same situation here, that I almost look at the past 3 months since my surgery and I was like, wow, some days I was like, oh my God, this is taking forever. I just want to work out. I just want to do push-ups. I just want to be able to move or just do something. And then now looking back and I'm like, wow, that kind of flew by. Like I'm surprised now that I can already do push-ups again and all this kind of stuff. I do think it's still gonna be a very slow and steady process. And I think one thing I'm gonna do after doing this experiment and this challenge, so to speak, is slowly ease into it. Like maybe every other day I do 20 push-ups, then 25, then 30. So slowly, methodically, and carefully do progressive overload. I feel like going for max reps or whatever, not the smartest thing at all, but it was kind of fun. I will say that. Like, it was one of those situations where I'm like, I probably know this isn't a good idea, but I kind of want to do it anyway. Just in the name of science, I just want to do it anyway. But the good thing is I'm feeling good. I'm really happy about those numbers too, that it's nice to know that even though my arm did feel a very strong strain, it's good to know that to do 10 pull-ups in a single set, 34 push-ups in a single set, the one handstand push-up, not the best, but those numbers are pretty good. I feel like after not working out for months, so even though it's been a very slow and tedious recovery, things are looking really good.